This man has just been sworn in, and he is the new president of the NRA, and he went in with a bang, pun not intended. And here's what he had to say, which is why we're talking about him. Incoming NRA president calls the Civil War the War of Northern Aggression. In a 2012 speech to the New York Rifle and Pistol Association, where he also refers to President Obama as a fake president and calls Attorney General Eric Holder rabidly un-American, incoming NRA President Jim Porter applied an odd label to the war that ends slavery in the United States and put down the single greatest act of treason in our nation's history. Here's what he said. The NRA was started 1871 right here in New York State. It was started by some Yankee generals who didn't like the way my Southern boys had the ability to shoot in what we call the War of Northern Aggression. Now, y'all might call it the Civil War, but we call it the War of Northern Aggression down south. But that was the very reason that they started the NRA, was to train and teach the civilian in the use of the standard military firearm, and I am one who still feels very strongly that it is one of our most greatest charges that we still have today to train the civilian in the use of the standard military firearm so that they have to fight for their country. They are ready to do it. Richard, your thoughts?
You know, I gotta tell you, NRA and Wayne LaPierre and this new president, they're all complete and utter and total maniacs. And they're part of the problem in this country. And this whole convention was just so crazy. They had Sarah Palin and they had people they were showing like buying guns that can be held in bras. I mean, it was just too much.
Absolutely. I'm with you, Richard. And the thing that is so fascinating about this new choice for the NRA, this gentleman, Jim Porter, is that he is in fact much crazier than who I automatically thought, like, you can't get much crazier than Wayne LaPierre, but somehow the NRA managed to pull it out with this new president choice.
Yeah, they did.
And it's interesting to note that their outgoing president, who is probably still pretty crazy, at least told, and this guy's name's David Keene, at least told an audience at Harvard University last week that he believed that fully automatic weapons should be illegal for civilian use. So they're just doubling down on what they've previously doubled down on. It's like a quadruple down.
I guess it is
on crazy.
I guess it is a quadruple down on crazy.
It is mind blowing, Richard. I mean, what do you think about this decision? Why are they continuing to go farther and farther right? Clearly, you know, the majority of their members. I mean, we saw the Anheuser-Busch heir send a letter of resignation. I think members are starting to realize that, you know, this isn't about gun rights anymore. This is about something much deeper.
I scratch my head and I pinch my ear because I don't know. I think it's probably the gun manufacturers. I mean, there's just no telling what it is as to why they feel as though they can go farther and farther and farther to the right on gun control. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I just don't understand it. You know, we've seen members of Congress willing to compromise with people who, you know, are interested in gun rights. And the NRA seems to have no interest in that at all and prefers to call the president the fake president and be living in some fantasy land where the North is still at war with the South and we're trying to take away their guns.
I know it. Maybe the president was right. People are just trying to cling to their guns and their religion.